Look alive, sunshine. Today, movie review. Finally, movie review on the channel. We are talking about Ghost in the Shell. I hate that I missed the release date of it, and I hate, because I was just, I was so hyped for it in the theaters and the previews in the past months, but I finally got to see it. I'm gonna review it. I don't care if anybody really likes this or whatever, because I just want to do it. Ghost in the Shell is about Scarlett Johansson, and that's basically all she is. She's Scarlett Johansson. You can't see past that anymore. It's like Chris Evans. Chris Evans is always like Chris Evans or Captain America. Like, even in every movie, he's like Chris Evans to me. So, anyway, Scarlett Johansson wakes up in a weird facility as a genetically modified human being, like a Call of Duty character, like Prophet from Black Ops 3. If you guys know what that is, kudos to you, extra points. But she wakes up, she doesn't know who she is, she has fragments from past lives, but then she's just trained as a weapon, as a secret weapon for a high-end fucking company that is like dealing in cyber enhancement and technology, because it's the future and everybody wants to be cyberly enhanced. Now, let's start with something obvious. There's whitewashing in it. Being not a formal movie reviewer fucking person, like critic for like a big company, being somebody that's just like on Twitter and just like on YouTube as much as you are, and we kind of have to see these people who are boycotting this film and just dealing and telling us not to go see it and everything because of the whitewashing. Now that is a problem, I think, but it's something that we just can't help. I mean, our voices are totally heard after the movies come out and the trailers and everything, but it's like I'm gonna still go see it because it looks pretty cool and I'm into that shit. So like, I'm not gonna boycott it or anything. Scarlett Johansson gave not Oscar worthy or anything. She gave a decent performance, and I just can't. I'm not one to say what's right in Hollywood and what's wrong with Hollywood. I do think it's wrong. I think that they should have cast an Asian actress. It would have been a lot easier to deal with the people, and probably would have done better like overall, because like right now it has like 45% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think people have problems with the plot and the depth of it, but I also do think it's from the whitewashing, which is fine if you feel that way. Express your opinion, tell the movie companies what you want, and then they might listen. So let's just get that out there, because that's something that we just can't ignore now. Now, saying that, I didn't hate the movie. I did not hate it. I watched it and I enjoyed it. The characters were cool. Scarlett Johansson's Major was cool. All the other characters, supporting characters, the homie was cool. I forget the names, but I should look it up. But whatever the fuck. You know what I'm talking about. Just like, I like the look of it. The look, the aesthetic, the future, like rundown cities where it's like rundown technology. Like, even like cities nowadays that are rundown that they were trying to portray, they aren't. Like, they don't have any technology, but the rundown cities with technology that's like older than the newer technologies, and the technologies that are newer, and you see the people that are enhanced, and it's cool to see the abilities, and I just like that stuff. I like it. I don't know, what's that about. I just like the whole idea of future and technology and stuff like that. So I did, like that. With me liking the movie, there are also some things I didn't like about the movie. The plot and like the depth, like people were saying, like there was nothing really behind like the there was no explanation behind the technologies, and like some of the shit looked like visually amazing, but it was like, why is it like that when it's kind of like impractical to like have stuff like that. But it just some things like the plot were shaky, and it didn't give me things to like remember, because like through the middle of the film I was like, why is she here and why is he doing that for her, and who's who, and all of that, and just I don't know, it just didn't seem to have anything that I could grab onto. But it wasn't really that bad if you paid attention to it. I was like half paying attention to what I was saying about other things, but like I paid attention to it enough to watch it. But I think, it kind of took more than that. I didn't know that going in, which I should have, but I'm warning you, if you're going in, make sure to, like, watch the plot, because it is kind of shaky, and you do kind of have to remember things, or remember certain parts. And saying that, the villain kind of changed. It was like Iron Fist in that way. And if you guys watched my Iron Fist review, you know that I kind of hated on it for having multiple villains, but I was like, also, the villains were really cool, so, I don't know. Anyway, they introduced a villain in the beginning, and then, plot twist, I'm not going to spoil anything, but then there's another villain in the end, and then by the end of it, there's a whole other villain for the climatic scene at the end, and I was like, you know, hold on a second. I was putting all my villainous feelings and thoughts into this one guy, and then, like, at the end of the film, there's a totally different guy that is, like, the overall villain. So it was weird, because I was like, I didn't really feel anything, you know, for the villain or with the villain. I didn't feel anything for the heroes at the in-battle scene or whatever, and I didn't, you know, that, like, also the in-battle scene was kind of, like, wasted, like, but it just didn't seem like it fit the villain, because the villain was personal, and I don't, like I said, I'm not going to give anything away, but it was a personal villain, which makes it very much more interesting than just you know, fucking, basic, you know, villain that's just kind of like getting in the way. This it had very good not intentions. It had very good, what the fuck word am I thinking of? Potential. It had very good potential to have a really cool end battle fight, cool scene, fucking thing. But it didn't do it, and I was like kind of disappointed with that, because I think that they really didn't know who they wanted as their villain, but I think they did, but they just didn't execute it well. But it like, you know, it had cool potential, but, you know, whatever. Now, all in all, great cast, great cast, Whitewashing, anyway, great characters, you know, great, just like amazing visuals. The visuals were really, really cool. Like I said, maybe it's just me being a nerd and liking that technology stuff and everything like that, but I really did like the visuals. I did like the projections. I did like the screens and whatever. So, and then the plot had some not holes. I don't know if they were holes. I just didn't, you know, get to understand it, because I wasn't, you know, I didn't really grasp what was going on. This movie is like, would be cool for people that like movies but are not into cinema. Two very different things. Okay, cinema and movies. If you like cinema, you know what the saying means, but if you like movies, you don't know what that means. But anyway, cinema is just like, you care about cinematography and you care about acting, you care about casting. Movie fans are just, you know, people who like to go to the movies, have a cool time, don't really like get into it like cinema fans, whatever. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. That's what I just heard from my past experiences, but whatever. Let me know what you guys thought about Ghost in the Shell. Let me know what you guys think about it, if you're boycotting it or whatever. Tell me why. Tell me like more reasons, because I want to know. I'm interested in that shit, so leave it down in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.